and there are some seemingly contradictory signals coming from Tehran. Progress with Oman over navigation through the Strait of Hormuz, but at the same time, no willingness to resume direct talks with Washington. So how should we read Iran's strategy at this stage?
Good evening, Ms. Mona, and everyone watching, and thank you for having me. First of all, when it comes to Iranian-Omani negotiations, in the Islamabad MOU, and a part of the understanding between the neighboring countries on the coastline, because both Iran and Oman are the only countries that have a border with the Strait of Hormuz. So the understanding between them has become a very important necessity. But Tehran, in its negotiations, has separated its negotiations with Oman with the general negotiations that's supposed to take place between it and the United States. In other words, Tehran doesn't say that if we agree with Oman on in running the Strait of Hormuz, that doesn't mean opening the Strait of Hormuz unless certain conditions are met and undergone by the U.S., including lifting the blockade over Tehran, as well as negotiation and ending the war, the Iranian assets, and other issues that were mentioned in the Islamabad MOU, because Tehran doesn't want to concede the Hormuz Strait card for free to the United States without having anything else in exchange. So when it comes to negotiations, yes, there are no negotiations at the moment, be that direct between Iran and the U.S. or otherwise. But there are direct negotiations between Iran and Oman, and maybe they are very close to reaching an agreement and signing an agreement for the running of the Strait of Hormuz. And there are messages being conveyed through mediators, both the Pakistani and Qatari mediators, sent to the United States to exchange ideas and points of view. But both parties are still far away from serious negotiations, and both parties are still far away from agreement, and there are threats from both sides that are increasing, and they are making things more complicated. The U.S. president still tweets things that exacerbate the situation by saying that he is going to announce that the Hormuz Strait has become a U.S. territory. This is against international law, international legitimacy, and it doesn't go in line with negotiations. You cannot say that I'm going to negotiate with Iran and sign an agreement with Iran over the Strait of Hormuz and then tweet or send statements to the media that he is going to annex the Strait of Hormuz. This exacerbates the situation.